Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another Chart Nerd TA video. We're going to be taking a look at Polkadot today and diving into some TA for you guys. So what we're looking at here, okay, again, for many projects that I've been viewing over the past few days, a lot of projects have got this level of resistance and certain trend lines that they've been under for many moons. Okay, so since back in November 2021, you can see that since here, okay, where Polkadot came down, it bounced up again, resistance, okay, and it met as resistance, and then ever since then, okay, you eventually came back up to it again, slowly crawling down, but you did push up to this resistance point, and again since then you fell down even further. So you can see that this trend line is literally a key area of resistance. Once Polkadot does start to break this out wherever it is on this journey that it is on currently speaking, then where it is where it is. So right now what I wanted to show you guys, if we get some EMAs on here, okay, so I've got the 20 EMA, which is this yellow moving average, and then you've got this blue line here, which is the 10. Now you can see when you're under when the price is under these EMAs and you're hitting your heads on them, okay, this is the confirmation that you're in this downtrend. Now since August 2022, the 10 EMA has acted as very strong resistance. You can see this blue EMA, every time you've been coming up to it recently, you're getting rejected. So what I'm looking for here is basically, where could we potentially lowball out? Where could we actually once and finally start to break through this trend line and look to bottom out? Well, a way to measure this, okay, is something called Fibonacci. So we get a fib on basically from the all-time high, retracing back down to this low here, okay, because that was the previous low. From this high, from this low, you ran up to this high, and then you started to come back down, looking to come to this low. Now you can see that evidently it was lost back in May 2022. But what we're looking for is potential pockets of retracement targets for Polkadot here. Now you can see once you lost this support, okay, that you was looking to hold, you came down to the 1272 target at $6.59 for Polkadot. Now you did find support here and you did start to rally back up, but you ran into resistance of previous support. So this was your previous support area, okay, and you can see that you came up to that, met it as resistance, and since then you lost the 1272. When you lost that, you came back up into it as resistance, okay. So this is now a target that was holding support for a few months, okay, but you lost support, turned it to resistance, and then are being rejected off of that. So what does it tell you? Okay, when you lose one fib and you lose the other, you're looking to go to the next. So right now the key support area for me for Polkadot is this 1618 extension target on the fibs at $3.70, and that's literally because you lost this support, okay, this was $10 support you was looking to hold, you lost that, turned it to resistance, then you came down and lost the 1272, okay, and you turn it to resistance. Now you're looking to come down and retrace to this 1618, and you can see that this area for the 1618 literally ties up with these lows, okay. It literally ties up for these lows of support back in October 2020. So right now, I mean, for the long term, for the macro scale of this project, fundamental opportunity areas, you can see that if you got back involved around these areas in 2020, look what came after, okay, you had these exponential waves, this massive bull run, and you're currently down 90% from these highs. But guys, considering that as well, what you don't want to think, just because this project is down 90% doesn't mean that from the current price of being 91% down, you still can't go down another 30-40%, because you still can. So don't be disillusioned that just because the project's down 97% that it can't go down another 40%, because it can. But what I'm trying to show you is, history, it's a crazy thing, okay, and if you look at where we was back here, this area would have been a golden opportunity to get involved, and right now you've got the opportunity for you to come back down to these levels of support, okay, at $3.70, and look to get another opportunity that was very similar to something like this. Okay, now I'm not saying that it's going to occur as these waves did back in 2020 to 21. We could literally come down to this 1618, okay, and start to range in an area before actually breaking out, okay, and you could, the 2023, we could go sideways between a certain range as long as you hold a level of support. But primarily for me, on the macro scale, what we are looking to do is retrace to this 1618. What validates this even more is the fact that when you was retracing to this low from this high, you came down, lost support, and you ran into the 050 as resistance, okay. So this was something called a dead cat bounce. In this theory, what happens is you come down to a level of support, you run back into the resistance of the 050, and that, when you get rejected and fail to hold your one fib, is called a dead cat bounce. Now, what you can see here also for Polkadot, in regards to waves and movements, we've got something called Elliott wave theory. So this is a 5-wave theory, and to me it looks like you've got a wave 1, a wave 2, this is a wave 3, your wave 4, and right now potentially you're putting in the wave 5 down to this $3.70, of which this correction or this bear market could potentially be over, and this could be our lows, of which I suggested that potentially you could range sideways between resistance and support for a certain amount of time before actually breaking up to the upside for the next bull run, and we could have an accumulative phase. So again, there's many potentials, but what this indicates to me right now is that we're looking to come to this $3.70. I do expect some short-term rally over the coming weeks. Now, why do I expect this? Well, because you can see that we haven't actually back-tested the 20 EMA, this yellow moving average. The last time we actually came up to that in price and got rejected, you can see, was back in April. Okay, so ever since then, you've been under this 10 EMA, this blue EMA here, and you're continuously hitting your head. So you've been shoved down, okay, and quite steeply. So it wouldn't surprise me to see some sort of track back up to this 20 as it's coming down. And this is where potentially, if we do get a short-term rally, that you could meet resistance and then come back down to that $3.70 area mark that we were looking for back for support. Okay, so we could get some sort of short-term rally, but until you start to break above these EMAs and break the downtrend of resistance that I showed you prior, so until you start to break out of this trend line, right? Until you start breaking out of this this white trend line that you've got descending on you here, until you start getting back above these EMAs and climbing above, holding them as support, okay, then you can't confirm that this is your bottom. So this is why I'm not getting over exaggerated or over excited yet, because the trend is your friend until the end. And right now you are under these EMAs in this downtrend, in this bear market. Until you get back above them, hold them as support and start to break out, we can't confirm that we're at a bottom yet. So again, for me, you know, as this trend is your friend, I think we're looking to complete this. As I said, you've got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. This is your wave 5. I think we're looking for that $3.70 mark, the 1618 target. At that point, start to come up, maybe break through the fibs, come back for support, choppy, and eventually I do think, you know, within the next year to 2 years that we're gonna jump back into some crazy bull runs, and this is just providing us with optimal opportunity for the macro scale of things on Polkadot and its ecosystem that's forever growing. You've got parachains that came out, I think, in the start of 2022. I could be completely wrong, but you know, ever since this project has been growing and decided to take steps further into these markets and develop as a blockchain, you know, there's been the bear market. So it doesn't mean that projects like this that are 97% down, it's not financial advice, guys, all for educational and entertainment purposes only, but it doesn't mean that these projects aren't going to make recoveries, because a certain percentage of coins will. A certain percentage will. Polkadot, sorry, is, you know, fundamentally strong. I think it's very fundamentally strong, you know, and you know, again, not financial advice, but one last thing before I go. I also wanted to point out the fact that, again, it doesn't point out that this is the low, but if you look at the areas of the stock RSI, look where we are right now, okay? We're in the floor. But when you was back in the floor here, okay, you was back in the floor, you got a relief rally. When you was here, okay, in the floor, you came down, you got a relief rally, okay? And you can see that these points tie up with the RSI when you have drawdowns and relief rally. So right now, again, down here using the floor, look where you was in the price. They provide opportunity for some sorts of reliefs. Right here, again, as I said, using the floor, you had a rally, Right now you're in the floor. I do think at some point we are looking for some sort of rally before a final leg down and push into towards that $3.70 area, which is actually, from now to a breakdown to that point where we are at current price, you'll be looking at a further 22% correction or so here for Polkadot. If you do get a rally up to this 20, say it creeps down, I do think from there, if you're looking to come down, you're going to look at a 37% correction for Polkadot if you do get this rally before continuing the trend to that 1618 target. So yeah, guys, but right now I am expecting, as I said, some short-term relief, at least up to one of these EMAs on the weekly. Try to keep zoomed out, not financial advice. I hope you enjoyed the content today. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for when my next videos come through. And until then, take care. From Chart Nerd TA, peace out.